Hi everybody, Jason Lopez, your friendly neighborhood real estate broker. Want to welcome you back from your long Thanksgiving weekend. Hope you had an opportunity to recharge your batteries and spend some good quality time with family and friends, enjoy some football, and certainly some great weather here in Southern California over the weekend. Hey, so now we're into December, guys. Last month of the year, moving into 2010 now, if you can believe that. Gosh, remember back 10 years ago, everyone was concerned about Y2K, and here we are now kind of trying to come out of this real estate bubble burst and get back on our feet here economically and certainly in the real estate industry. One of the things that's always interesting about the last quarter of the year, and especially in December, is the fact that we see that seasonality really kick in. We see activity really start to slow down. And so I want to encourage those of you that are in real estate, and especially with our company, to keep working. It's a really great time of year. You've got a lot of people taking time off, so your competition is less. You're not dealing with as many agents out there, and certainly the people that are looking to buy or sell real estate at this time of the year have a greater need than most people do. It's not just about wanting to buy or sell. It could be for tax purposes. They want to do it before the kids go back to school after the winter break. So they typically have a greater need. So I would encourage you, keep working. If you've got deals out there, put them together. Let's get your paperwork in, and you'll have a great opportunity to set yourself up for a fantastic January and first quarter of 2010. So I want you to keep that in mind. I did want to share some information with you kind of on the news front as well. A couple of pretty interesting things have happened over the last couple of weeks, and because of the holiday and the fact that we've been kind of busy with other things month end and things like that, feels like I haven't done a video for a while. But a couple of things I do want to mention quickly. Number one on the list is the Obama administration released long-awaited guidelines for a program that is in place to hopefully provide incentives for loan servicers and homeowners to engage in short sales when the home buyer doesn't or the homeowner doesn't qualify for the Home Affordable Modification Program. So if you remember back last year, this plan came into play, the idea was that the government was going to pay banks and mortgage servicers to modify loans for existing homeowners rather than allow them to go down the path towards foreclosure. And the incentives include payment up to $1,000 if they work with a homeowner to modify that loan. But here's what's interesting, guys. The banks and services are not required. This is a voluntary program, so it's not mandatory. And what the Obama administration here has done, in essence, is release guidelines. So in other words, for those of you banks and servicers that are interested in participating, here are the guidelines you need to work within. Basically, these guidelines prohibit loan servicers from demanding that real estate brokerages reduce their commissions as stated in listing agreements as a condition of approving the short sale. And this is a practice that's been a sore point with many real estate agents and brokers. So basically how that works, guys, is you've got a short sale listing, you get an offer, you submit it to the bank and start negotiations on the short sale, and then the bank comes back and says, look, we'll accept it, but only if you cut your commission. So part of these guidelines will prohibit that practice if a bank or servicer agrees to go ahead and modify the loan. Of course, the big issue, I think, guys, with most short sales is that you've got the second lien holder. A lot of folks got these loans 100% financing, and so you've got a lot of the second lien holders that are really fighting hard to try to get and recoup as much money as they can. And in many cases, you've got seconds that are $50,000 or $100,000, and the first is offering them, $2,000 or $3,000 to work with them. So it's a tight spot for everybody, in particular the homeowners. So hopefully these guidelines will help. I don't know. We'll see. Again, it's a voluntary program, and we certainly haven't seen much movement over the last 6 or 8 months on the short sale side in terms of streamlining things or making it any easier for people to get their short sales done. So hopefully this will help. Other interesting little bit of news, guys, this week was that the state of California made a ruling to cut property taxes, lower property taxes for homeowners. So state officials say that the property taxes will probably fall for most California property owners next year due to deflation. And the first such property tax cut since Proposition 13 that took effect 3 decades ago. While the average tax cut will be small, maybe around $7 for a home assessed at $250,000, the reductions are going to likely cause revenue cuts for cities, counties, and schools by hundreds of millions of dollars. And the cuts would affect tax payments due in December 2010 and April 2011. Under Prop 13, if you're not aware, property tax hikes for existing homeowners are based on the overall inflation rate, but capped at 2% per year. And so it's a rarity when the tax rise isn't at 2%, and state officials set that inflation rate at less than 2% only 5 times in the past 31 years. So pretty interesting. We'll see a little drop in property taxes due. Now, the other factor there, guys, is that because property values have come down so much, we haven't really seen much of an increase over the last couple of years anyway. In fact, many homeowners are submitting forms and paperwork to their county assessors to lower their property tax base anyway, because the value of the property has come down. Real easy to do that, guys. A lot of organizations send mailers out. They charge a fee. I've seen it up to $100 to submit that paperwork, and it's really easy to do on your own. A good idea if you're a real estate professional, maybe work your sphere of influence. If you've seen an area where prices have come down, knock on those doors, and maybe you can kind of do it collectively in an area and help people get their property tax base reduced because they have lost value in their home. So good little strategy to think about. And then last but not least, guys, the National Association of Realtors has announced that home sales, the number of sales, has risen for the 9th consecutive month. That's the first in a series like that since its inception in 2001. So the National Association of Realtors has been tracking this pending home sales index since 2001, and again, so it's risen for 9 consecutive months, and it's the first time since the inception of that index that's happened. The home price pending home sale index is a forward-looking indicator based on contracts signed in October, which increased 3.7% in September. The chief economist for the National Association, Lawrence Yun, said home sales are experiencing a pendulum swing, and so keep in mind that housing has been underperforming for the most part over the past year. He also cautions that home sales could dip in the coming months, mainly because the expanded tax credit for move-up buyers has only been in effect for a couple of weeks, and we're going to experience some lag time in seeing that kind of come to fruition. And again, you couple in seasonality with the real estate industry, and we may see a dip here in December, maybe even January. So keep that in mind. All in all, guys, it's certainly a great time to buy real estate. You've got certainly great prices, low interest rates, still low down payment programs out there, 3.5% through FHA. Although there is some talk about raising that, I believe. So it might be even more difficult in the coming months to get credit and obtain the mortgage financing needed. If you're somebody that already owns a property and maybe looking to take advantage of that tax credit, $6,500 if you sell and buy another property as a primary residence. You may give it up a little bit on your sale, but certainly be able to make it up on the purchase side. So could be a good time to buy, and we're certainly seeing more investors come into the market, a lot of cash offers that are going on. So I'd say all in all, 2010, we probably are looking at a lot of similarities that we experienced here in 2009. And if we can get some more inventory on the market, I think that's going to be a good thing and create more opportunity for people looking to make a move. So keep that in mind. I'll catch up with you guys next week. If you have any questions, anything you'd like me to talk about or contribute, just shoot me an email, jason.lopez@realestate.com. Take care.